Hello YouTube, Smithy FAW here, and it's a 30k versus 40k battle report. I'm fielding my nearly completed painted 7th Legion against Tyranids. This is going to be interesting. We've got the extermination mission, which means different units are worth different amounts of victory points. And as you can see, we have rolled the search and destroy mission deployment. So we finished deployment. My opponent has failed to seize the initiative, so time to see what this force can actually do. I'll catch you up at the end of my turn 1. Okay, Imperial Fists turn 1. Predator moved up round the bastion, popped its heavy bolters and its combi bolter into the termagants and killed 6. It then fired its predator cannon at the warriors and killed one outright. Breacher squad number 1 opened fire at the warriors, taking 2 wounds off of another warrior. The other breacher squad shot at the warriors, didn't do anything. The Vindicator shuffled backwards, fired its shot at the Hive Tyrant, but it scattered off and the blast actually just missed the warrior that's now down to 1 wound. And I fired that before my breachers, so 50-50 on how it could have gone, but we'll see how the Tyranids go from here. Okay, Tyranids turn 1, and they've advanced up. That one there ran up. They shot into my breacher squads and did nothing. The Hive Tyrant then tried to assault the breacher squad, but failed to get in, and Overwatch did nothing. And then the 2 remaining warriors tried to charge that breacher squad and didn't get in, and Overwatch did nothing. It's getting interesting. We're still at 0 victory points each, but we'll see how things progress in this next turn. Okay, Imperial Fists turn 2, and Vindicator moved backwards, popped a shot off over there, and let's just say I rolled a 1 to wound after getting a direct hit, so yeah. I did the breacher shuffle to get my warlord's unit so that it could attempt to charge at the Hive Tyrants. I failed that roll. The only modifier that made it impossible there was the difficult terrain. If I'd have actually not been in difficult terrain, I'd have just made it. The Vindicator moved round and put some shots into the warriors that were there. It tried to use its combi bolter through the machine spirit to take out the one that was just blocking, to take out that one so that the rest of the shots wouldn't benefit from cover, but it did. But to finally finish off that unit of warriors. It was Breacher Squad number 2, firing bolt guns into them that finished them off. So, end of Fists turn 2, victory points are 1-0 to the Fists. See what the Tyranids can do. This is gonna hurt. Right, that's the score at the end of round 2, and let's just say it could have gone better for me. Let's start over there. That just moved round again. It's still going for the Vindicator. It's gonna be one of those ones where it's gonna be going most of the game. They shot at the leader's unit and killed 2, and then these guys charged in. I had to issue a challenge. I chose it to be my delegators, best combat one. Went against the Hive Tyrant. Let's just say I would have been better off choosing the Sergeant. Instant death Tim. And, well, let's just say that's where the 3, 1 and 2 came from. 3 for killing a HQ, 1 for slay the Warlord, and 2 for actually killing my Warlord. Special Warlord trait of the Tyranids. I killed the 1 bodyguard that was left on 1 wound, but this is going to turn real nasty real quick for me. Oh well, let's see what these guys can do to disadvance him more. Anyway, see you at the end of my turn 3. Right, end of turn 3, and yes, you do see that right, the Tyranids have got another 2 victory points, and I gained 1 in return. That 1 was for me wiping out the Termagants with a mix of every single shooty thing I had available. Well, it was Breacher Squad, Vindicator, and the combi bolter of the Predator, finishing them off. The rest of the stuff from the Predator shot at the thing that can breed more things, but it's actually burst its sack. It did that first turn, forgot to mention that. And it's down to 5 wounds. But this is where it all happened, the combat. Being Imperial Fists, have to issue a challenge, so that was the leader of my Breacher Squad stepped in there and promptly got snotted. Didn't do any wounds to the bodyguard, failed by 1 and rolled an 11 for the leadership, so they're fleeing this, which could either mean they'll be running off the board, or they could rally again. We'll have to find out, but with it being Tyranids' turn next, this is going badly. Anyway, we'll see what the Tyranid turn brings. Okay, that's the end of turn 3 for the Tyranids, I think it is, or 4, I can't remember. 3. And Hive Tyrant and Bodyguard tried to charge into that Breacher Squad. Rolled a 3 to get in, so didn't, but Overwatch caused a wound on the Bodyguard. The spawning thing charged into them, killed 1, I did nothing, and so, but they're still locked in close combat, so it'll be and everything else just moved up, so we'll see how things go at the end of a joint turn 4.
I managed to wipe out all my little squiggly ones.
Okay, final turn because of the time, and well, that's 3 points, victory points for me to 9 for my opponent. And well, final turn, Vindicator moved across, fired a pop shot at the Hive Tyrant. It scattered across, just clipping the forest, and thus did nothing. Predator finished off that unit there. I couldn't do it with just the standard weapons, so the Predator cannon had to finish them off just to get me that additional victory point. Right, the Breacher squad did rally. The Hive Tyrant and the Bodyguard then charged into them in their turn. The Apothecary actually survived the Hive Tyrant's attack, which surprised us all. But the unit lost 2 to the actual Bodyguard and were caught with a sweeping advance. This combat, the Apothecary over here actually dealt a wounds, but side out Screecher fearless. So all I've got to say is, with one Breacher squad, one Apothecary, a Predator and a Vindicator left, and a Carnifex, a Morlock, Hive Tyrant and a Bodyguard, and that thing that can't spawn anymore, it would be hard pressed for me to actually win this, because total wounds left, you've got 4 there, 5 because of that. What's he got?
He's got
4 more, is it? So that's 9 there. The Morlock.
Morlock has 6 wounds.
Good. That's 15.
He's still full. Right?
Yeah.
So Carnifex would be 4 wounds.
So 19 wounds left on the board for him. I've got 10 there plus hull points. Yeah, I wouldn't have. Maybe next time I'll bring a Sigismund and see how he fares against that Hive Tyrant. I think that Hive Tyrant would die for that, but oh well. These things happen. Anyway, see you again.